I'm Representative Evan Goyke, and I've produced a few videos on federal legislation and how it impacts people in Wisconsin. Today, I'm in front of Washington High School here in the 18th Assembly District, busy Sherman Boulevard right behind me. This video is about education funding. So I've talked about the CARES Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Support Act. That's the federal legislation that spent trillions of dollars. And now that's starting to come from the federal government down to the state level. And I'm specifically going to come to you today to talk about how it's going to go from the state to schools, to school districts across the state. So part of the CARES Act was that Wisconsin will receive $175 million for our schools. The Department of Public Instruction, the state agency responsible for education in the state of Wisconsin, is coming up with an application on how to spend that money pursuant to the rules outlined in the CARES Act. Now, one important piece here that I want you to know about is that under current law, the plan must be approved by the Joint Committee on Finance and that they have 14 days to take action. I serve on that committee, and you've seen a lot of videos about that committee. And if you want to see this money go out to school districts across the state, we need to hurry up and approve the plan. Delay means delay in funding reaching school districts and school buildings like this across the state. Under the plan, 90% of the money, or about $150 million, will be distributed to school districts across the state through what's called Title I funding formula. This is a known formula that distributes funding based on certain criteria to school districts across the state. The remaining 10% will go to administrative costs and what the state is calling a set-aside. And the set-aside will go to school districts that don't receive money under Title I, to improve access to online learning, to train teachers on how best to educate via online, and to help remote mental health for families and students that can't receive mental health access because the schools are closed. All of those are hugely important needs right now during this pandemic, and we need this money to get from Washington to Madison out to school districts and to schools like this, like Washington High School. So if you care about this issue, follow this debate. Call your state representative or your state senator, call the members of the Joint Committee on Finance, call me, and urge that we act, that we approve this plan, and we get money out to the school districts as soon as possible.